The sun beat down on the parched plains of Apulia, casting long shadows over the dry, cracked earth. The air was thick with anticipation and the scent of impending conflict. It was a day of heat, dust, and the clash of steel. The sounds of battle echoed across the plains, a cacophony of war cries, clanging metal, and the thundering of hooves. August 2nd, 216 BC, marked a turning point in the long struggle between Rome and Carthage. This was not just another battle, it was a decisive moment that would shape the future of the ancient world. It was the day of Cannae, a battle etched in blood in the annals of military history. The fields would run red with the blood of tens of thousands of soldiers. Tens of thousands of men would die in a horrific dance of slaughter. The scale of the carnage was unprecedented, leaving an indelible mark on those who survived. Rome, the rising power of the Mediterranean, would taste the bitter sting of defeat like never before. The Roman legions, known for their discipline and strength, were utterly decimated. The scale of the carnage at Cannae was appalling even by the brutal standards of ancient warfare. Bodies lay strewn across the battlefield, a grim testament to the ferocity of the conflict. Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and strength, were utterly crushed. Their formations, once a symbol of Roman might, were shattered beyond recognition. The Carthaginian general, Hannibal Barca, earned his place among the greatest military minds in history. His tactics at Cannae would be studied and admired for centuries to come. Cannae remains a chilling example of tactical brilliance on the battlefield. Hannibal's encirclement strategy was a masterstroke, trapping the Roman forces in a deadly vice. It is a timeless study in the art of war, a lesson in strategy and leadership that continues to resonate through the ages. To understand the significance of the Battle of Cannae, we must journey back to the First Punic War, a conflict that set the stage for future hostilities. Rome and Carthage, two rising powers of the ancient world, clashed over control of the Western Mediterranean, a region rich in resources and strategic importance. For over 2 decades they fought a bitter and relentless struggle for dominance, with neither side willing to concede defeat. The First Punic War left Carthage not only defeated, but also deeply humiliated and hungry for revenge. The loss of Sicily, a prized possession, and the heavy war indemnities imposed by Rome festered in the Carthaginian psyche, creating a deep-seated resentment. This resentment fueled the ambition of a new generation of Carthaginian leaders, most notably the Barcid family, who were determined to restore Carthage's former glory. Hamilcar Barca, a skilled and charismatic Carthaginian general, instilled in his sons a deep and abiding hatred for Rome, ensuring that the desire for revenge would be passed down. He dreamed of avenging Carthage's humiliation and restoring its lost glory, a vision that would become a family mission. His son Hannibal would inherit his father's mantle and become the scourge of Rome, leading Carthage in a renewed struggle against their ancient enemy. The Second Punic War was not merely a conflict of empires, it was a clash of destinies, a personal vendetta against the might of Rome, driven by a burning desire for retribution and honor. Hannibal Barca was a daring and cunning strategist, renowned for his audacious tactics and unyielding determination. He understood that to defeat Rome, he needed to strike at the heart of its power, the Italian peninsula. This was no small feat, as Rome was a formidable adversary with vast resources and a powerful military. In a daring move, he led his army across the Pyrenees and Alps, a feat considered nearly impossible at the time. The journey was treacherous, with harsh weather conditions and rugged terrain posing significant challenges. This arduous journey, fraught with danger and hardship, demonstrated Hannibal's audacity and his unwavering commitment to challenging Roman supremacy. His troops faced starvation, frostbite, and constant threat from hostile tribes. Despite the losses suffered during the crossing, Hannibal's arrival in Italy sent shockwaves through the Roman Republic. The Romans were unprepared for such a bold and unexpected invasion. He was a wolf at the gates, a direct threat to Roman soil. His presence in Italy was a constant reminder of Rome's vulnerability. Outnumbered and far from home, Hannibal relied on his strategic genius and the diverse strengths of his multi-ethnic army. His forces included soldiers from various regions, each bringing unique skills and fighting styles. He had to fight not only the Roman legions, but also the psychological impact of his daring invasion. His tactics were designed to instill fear and uncertainty in the hearts of his enemies, making every battle a test of both physical and mental endurance. Cannae was not a chance encounter, but a clash meticulously orchestrated by Hannibal. He understood the Roman way of war, their reliance on brute force and rigid formations. He used this knowledge to his advantage, carefully choosing the battlefield to spring his trap. The open plains of Apulia provided the perfect setting for Hannibal's cavalry, superior in both numbers and skill, to outmaneuver the Roman flanks. Hannibal deliberately weakened his center, forming a crescent shape that drew the Romans in. This was a calculated gamble, designed to lure the enemy into a deadly trap. As the Roman legions pressed their attack on the seemingly yielding Carthaginian center, they unwittingly walked into a carefully planned ambush. The Carthaginian cavalry, waiting on the flanks, sprung into action, cutting off the Roman retreat and encircling their legions. Section 5. The Day of the Gaul. The Roman army at Cannae, led by the consuls Lucius Aemilius Paulus and Gaius Terentius Varro, was confident of victory. They vastly outnumbered Hannibal's forces. However, overconfidence proved to be their undoing. As the Roman legions pushed deeper into the Carthaginian center, they became compressed, their movements hampered by the sheer number of men. They were ripe for the taking. The Carthaginian cavalry, having routed the Roman horsemen, now attacked from the rear, delivering a devastating blow that turned the Roman advance into a chaotic rout. The trap was sprung. Surrounded on all sides, the Roman legions, once symbols of order and discipline, were now a mass of humanity ripe for slaughter. The day belonged to Hannibal's Gauls and Spaniards, who fought with terrifying ferocity. Section 6. Cannae's Long Shadow. The aftermath of Cannae was a scene of utter devastation. The Roman army was virtually annihilated. Tens of thousands of Roman soldiers lay dead on the battlefield, including the consul Lucius Aemilius Paulus. The Roman Republic, accustomed to victory, now faced an existential crisis. The spectre of defeat loomed large over Rome. Cannae sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world. Allies wavered, and the very foundations of Roman power seemed to tremble. Yet from the ashes of defeat, Rome would rise again, demonstrating its remarkable resilience. The defeat at Cannae was a turning point, forcing Rome to re-evaluate its military tactics and strategic thinking. Section 7. The Master of War. Hannibal's victory at Cannae cemented his legacy as a military genius. His brilliant strategy, his ability to exploit Roman weaknesses, and his mastery of combined arms warfare using infantry, cavalry, and elephants earned him a place among the greatest commanders in history. Cannae became a textbook example of military brilliance, studied by strategists and military leaders for centuries. However, despite his tactical triumph, Hannibal failed to achieve his ultimate objective, the complete destruction of Rome. He had won the battle, but not the war. Rome's strategic depth, its ability to raise new armies, and its unwavering determination proved to be its salvation. Cannae, while a crushing defeat, became a crucible that forged Roman resolve. Section 8. Beyond the battlefield. The impact of Cannae extended far beyond the battlefield. It had profound political and social consequences for both Rome and Carthage. In Rome, the defeat led to political reforms and a renewed commitment to the war effort. The Senate, demonstrating remarkable unity and resolve, granted unprecedented powers to the dictator Quintus Fabius Maximus, who adopted a strategy of attrition, avoiding direct confrontation with Hannibal's forces. For Carthage, Cannae was a missed opportunity. Hannibal, despite his pleas, did not receive the full support of the Carthaginian Senate, who remained wary of the costs of a protracted war. This lack of political will ultimately hampered Hannibal's ability to deliver the decisive blow to Rome. Section 9. Echoes of Cannae. The Battle of Cannae stands as a testament to the enduring power of tactical brilliance and the importance of strategic vision in warfare. It serves as a timeless reminder that even the mightiest empires are not invincible, and that victory is often determined by a complex interplay of factors, both on and off the battlefield. The echoes of Cannae can be heard throughout history, inspiring military leaders and influencing the course of empires. From ancient times to the present day, the lessons of Cannae continue to resonate, reminding us that the study of history, especially military history, remains essential for understanding the complexities of conflict and the enduring human capacity for both triumph and tragedy.